Does my picture look interesting? Nothing really big, right? But it means something to me. See, when I look at your picture, it might not mean anything to me. But when you look at your picture, when you look at your picture, when you look at your picture, it will mean something to you. It is the art of screaming. Why are you screaming? Why are you yelling and I can't hear you? Because it's all internal. I'm going to show y'all my picture. Y'all don't laugh at my picture. Y'all don't laugh at my picture. Y'all see my picture? Can y'all see it? See if I can get the proper light for y'all. That's my picture. Y'all know the picture or the song Girl on Fire? Do y'all know that? Anybody know that song Girl on Fire? Well, I felt like my house was on fire. I felt like I was supposed to be able to protect my own, and yet I was unable to do that. I felt like outside wasn't safe for me, but inside was the worst place for me. Anybody feel like that? One of the things that this program is going to help you to do is to break out of that feeling. Because sometimes the safest place that you can go is in your mind. And sometimes people try to make you think that that's not cool. I'm here to tell you that that is definitely cool. Because one of the things that you have to do is rewire your thought process. Example. Okay, you've been through abuse, you've gotten out of it, and something happens, and it snatches you right back to where you thought you was over. Let's say it's something as small as somebody called you out your name. Oh, they had the nerve to call me. And they keep doing it. And now you can't get free from that. Or, because we have children, and children go through things at school, for some reason, some people tend to think they got it easy. I assure you they do not. Your child goes to school, and you think because they're there for 8 hours or half a day, 4 hours, they're going to go to school, they're going to get their meal, they're going to get what they need, and then they're going to come back home to you and tell you about their day. The teachers are making sure that they're safe. And the next thing you know, the school is getting shot up. What the heck is happening? So now, your thought process is my child all right? So your child comes back home and your child is telling you about what happened. Now, years later, even though the incident is over, you find your child sitting in a room with their head down, not wanting to talk to anyone. Don't talk to me. don't touch me. And now they are acting out, and you have no clue. When the time comes as a parent, you make the decision to give that child some space. Later on in the day, you go to that child. You might give him a hug or him or her. And you might say, whatever it is, you can talk to me about it. Then your child bursts out into tears and tells you that they are hurting and they do not know how to express that. So they're gouging themselves, they're pulling their hair, and it's traumatizing not only them, but you, because you don't know how to help them. This is infringement on that child's right to be a child, to go to school, learn, come home, and be with their family. So what do? This is why these pictures are important. I felt trapped. I knew I was supposed to help my children. I knew I was supposed to be able to help myself. Shoot, I was the one when I was younger. My siblings called on me. Anything that went wrong, go get Sandra. She gonna fix it. She gonna take care of us. She's not gonna let nothing happen to us. But then, when I got married, I couldn't even help my children. When I go to help them, I'm getting killed. You ever heard of 1,000 dying, 1,000 deaths? That's real life for people who are in an abusive relationship. This is something that we must stop. And you will continue to hear me say that because I believe that that is a fact. It is a must. It is a must. I lived my life going through things that have already been passed. And because now I've learned the techniques of how to deal with them, how to have an answer for those problems, I can help you. I can help you not kill that person. I can help you not hurt yourself. I can help you not think I'm nothing. I'm worthless. I don't matter. I wish I was dead. I wish I wasn't here. Why was I born? I should have just killed them. I should have. All these things. I'm going to do my best to help you to get to a rich mental process of going through whatever you need to go through. The rest of the session today, what we're going to do is simply ask ourselves these simple questions. If you didn't get a handout when you came in, you mind getting them? And there are several questions that are on that handout. And I want you to put them in your mind as I read them off. Like I said, this first portion of the program is art of scream, and you don't have to talk. You don't have to verbalize. But I do want you to think. I do want to help you move what is in you to a space that will be so powerful that nothing will by any means stop you from being the best you that you can be. So, the first question I want you to answer as I read is, what if I told you that there's hope? Hope for what? Hope for what you're going through. Hope to get to the next level. So what if I told you that? What if I told you that? What if you could go somewhere where you don't have to shut up? It's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite. What if I told you that? What if I said there's a place to voice your opinion? How many people, how many of you feel like your opinion doesn't matter? How many of you are in a space where you feel like someone asks you your opinion and it goes a little something like this? I don't know what I should eat. I don't know if I should have chicken or fish. What do you think I should have? We have someone saying chicken. So let's say they say that. Say it out loud. Chicken. So let's say they say chicken. Okay. You've told me because I asked. What do you think I should have? You said chicken. Here's my answer. Nah. So now the feeling is, well, why did you ask me? You're making me feel as if my opinion doesn't matter. These are the things that I want to help you to understand, that it has nothing to do with your opinion, but it has everything to do with trying to make you feel as if your opinion doesn't matter. And we're going to help you to sort out how you can excuse yourself from that, because your opinion matters. What if I told you, going on down the question lane, what if you had somewhere to go where there's not pity, but real compassion? Well, what does that mean? Well, when I tell you what's wrong with me, when I tell you that I'm having a problem because you asked me, well, what's wrong? Well, my husband did this and I'm having a problem with that. Oh, really? I'm so sorry for you. No, I don't want pity. I want you to understand. I want you to feel compassionate. But what does compassion mean? You have to know what that is in order to not only show it, but to understand it. That's something that we're going to do and help others to understand why compassion is so important to people who have been abused. We don't necessarily want you in all of our business. This is a free space, or should I say, a safe space. We might not necessarily want you in all our business, but we do want you to understand and be compassionate toward that. Okay, the next question. What if I said there is some place you can go where you won't be judged one way or the other? Who can relate to that question? So, I tell you what happened, or you find out what happened, and the first thing that is said is, what you should have did was, that's not the answer. Why didn't you don't get it. This is the space that most people who have been abused or people who are in an abusive space or place is going through. That is a problem. Hope I'm not making y'all dizzy. I hope that you all are feeling these questions as I read them and getting some solid hope out of the answers that I am providing for you. Are y'all getting that? Are you getting some solid answers? Is it like helping you? Okay. The other question is, what if I told you there's some place to go to help you figure it all out? Why? Help me figure out what? Help you figure out how you even got there in the first place. How? How did I get there? And what am I going to do? How do I even, where do I even, how, when? When do I start? Where do I start? How do I start? And how long is it going to take? Figuring it all out. What if there's some place to help you know what to figure out and to focus on it? There is a difference between figuring it out and then what to focus on. It's important. The next question is, what if there's such a place you could just sit? That's all. Just sit. And we're going to come back to this question, but I'm going to move quickly to the last question. And that last question is, what if you only need one question answered? Why? Because so many people ask that question. Why me? Why? Just why? And now we'll go back to the question before this question. And that is, what if there's such a place you could just sit? Just sit. No walking around. Nobody asking you questions. Nobody telling you what you should do, what you should have did, what you didn't do, where you could have went, where you should have went, what you should have said, and all of that. None of that. Just some place where you can sit. What does that mean? I just want to sit. I don't want to talk. I don't want to answer no questions. I just need to sit. So I challenge you all, because this is where we're going to end. I challenge you all to start right there with the just sit every day, regardless of what's going on in your life. Just sit. No questions. No nothing. Just take time to sit. No TV, no radio, no phone. Nobody asking you no questions. You not asking you no questions. This is a challenge for you. Just sit and breathe. In that space, I want you to feel the peace that comes over you. But only after you acknowledge the aggravation of being still. The aggravation that comes from not answering that anxiety of, I gotta do something. I gotta move. I gotta go get. I want you to practice this every day. Not standing. Just sit. Practice this technique. And then we will discuss why that is so important. I thank you all for coming out. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Thank you so very much for your participation, because you didn't have to. But I'm so grateful that you did. And since you did, I want to challenge you with remembering that this is the beginning of getting a hold of all of that which has caused you to be trapped. And now you will begin to get free. Now you will begin to get free. Take the challenge. Do it for you. Because I know that you are more worthy than what abuse wants you to think you are. You are more worthy to yourself than what abuse wants you to believe you are. Thank you, and have a great night.